So this is how I did the muffler mod on my Husqvarna 562 XP. I've seen a lot of videos of guys doing it, and I took a bit of a different route on it. So I wanted to show you guys exactly what I did. So on the front face here, I bent out this tab. That's going to bend back pretty easily. I've left it open to show in the video. But as you can see in there, on the left, there's the stock port. And on the right, what I've actually done is punched out a hole in there with a punch. I tried it with a drill, I tried it with a die grinder, and those were giving me trouble, so I used a punch, and very happy with that result actually. On the other side here, I found that there were quite a few ridges on the outside, so I've used a die grinder to smooth those out, make a bigger gap there. And on the inside of the muffler, there was 2 holes originally. And what I did was take the die grinder to that and connected the 2 holes basically. So I just started at the top hole and pulled the die grinder down to the bottom hole, and yeah, just connected those holes to make a bit of a channel. Now, I'll show you guys what I use for tools. Just this die grinder here with a carbide bit along the lines of that. Hammer, obviously. And for the punching of the hole, I started with a small punch like that, went to something like that, and then finally a bigger one like that. Another part of this that I found important was this little gasket that goes between the muffler and the cylinder. It was definitely not big enough. So I used the die grinder on that to make that a bit bigger. Hopefully that should all match up now. If you want to check it. Alright, so for anyone who's wondering how this came apart or went back together, it's just 4 Allen bolts, which look like that. And they are a 5mm. Takes a 5mm Allen key. The longer bolts go in the top of the muffler, and the shorter bolts are going to go in the bottom. This piece here is just going to go like this on the saw, and the muffler is going to go on top of that. And you can see pretty easily there how it would fit. And yeah, just like that. I had to mess with the chain brake a little bit, pull it back or forth to get access to the bolts. And the spark arrestor, it's this little thing like that, just goes in there. And it's a Phillips screw that does that. It's overly louder, but maybe, I don't know, 20% louder if I had to guess, but you know, it's not really noticeable. And I think I'm happy with it so far. If you want to see me cutting a log with this thing, check out my channel. I'll be posting a video on there just shortly.